Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber. In today's video, I have 4 projects to inspire you. So this is going to be kind of a mashup of things. I think you're going to like these projects. I already know which one is my favorite, and I always ask you guys to tell me what your favorites are. I like them all a lot of the times. In fact, I love all of the projects, but there's always going to be that one where it's like, oh gosh, I remember that one. That one was great. And it ends up being like my total favorite. So I would love to know what your favorite is. We do timestamp all of these projects in the description below. And then most of these projects are on the blog with supply lists. And we try to do that with all of my projects on YouTube. In fact, last week I went through and I went through my whole channel basically and went through the description of everything, and like anything that's on the blog, I kind of updated links, and we're really going to try to keep on top of that. You know, you've seen a ton of these things on the internet. We're all inspired by different things. I like to take some inspiration that I see from like Kirkland's and Hobby Lobby and At Home and West Elm and Anthropology. I love to take a lot of the things that I see, especially Wayfair. Oh my goodness, like the cost of some of this stuff is really crazy. So how can we decorate on a budget? Well, I try to help you do that. So I'm not a 5-minute crafter, but I am going to hopefully help you think outside the box so that you can create home decor on a budget that you can put in your home and enjoy for years to come, and ain't nobody gonna notice that you made it. And then you get to brag and tell them that you did make it. So it's a win-win, right? If you're not already subscribed, I hope you do so. Turn on the notifications, ring the bell, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, introduce yourself. I love to meet you guys. It makes my day. And then let's go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, this is project number 1. I think this turned out super cute. I think you're going to like this. So we're going to use some paint sticks that I got from Home Depot. You can also get them at Lowe's. And I'm just using my aviation snips to cut them down to make them fit the size that I need to make the little straps or bars or connectors, whatever you want to call them. But we're going to use this fresh flowers sign from the Dollar Tree, and I knew I wanted to make a flower box out of it, and I wanted it to kind of look like a fence. I'm taking some burnt umber paint and some water, and I'm just kind of diluting it. This is one of my most favorite ways to stain wood, is just to take some of that paint that's super affordable by Apple Barrel, mix it with a little bit of water. I decided to take these Dollar Tree rulers. If you haven't seen them, they're solid wood and I really like them, and I was going to use them to create like the base of our flower box. And I took these, they're called quart size paint sticks, and I get them at Lowe's. You can also get them at Home Depot. They come in like a pack of like 30 or something like that. They're super inexpensive. I wanted to make little pickets out of the quart size sticks, so I just drew little triangles and then cut them to a point, and they were various sizes, so they weren't all the same height. And if you decide that you want to make this, you can do them taller, shorter, all the same size. It doesn't really matter. And then I just kind of lined them up at the bottom because I knew that that's kind of where it was going to go. It was easier for me to place my sign over that. So I just attached the Fresh Flower Market sign to those, and then I just stained where the little quart size sticks were exposed. It just kind of saved paint. It saved paint. That's basically it, but you can stain the whole thing if you want to. And then I just kind of dried them, and then I added some glue to the bottom because that's how we're going to attach it to the base that we created with those rulers. The next thing I did was take some of those quart size sticks, and then I don't know, I don't really measure much of anything. I just kind of guess mostly, and then I just marked my lines and thought, oh, this seems about right. So that's how I go about creating the sides for our flower box, is just, you know, guessing. Then I stained them and dried them. Now, I will say, I think this turned out lovely. Now, I'm not really worried in the least bit that you can see the floral foam kind of through it. I think that the flowers will end up kind of hiding that anyways, but if you can see it through the sides like I could, I just thought, you know what, no one's really going to be noticing that, so I didn't really mind. So I just glued the little sides on, and once I attached the back and the front and everything was kind of assembled. And then we're going to add some super cute little flowers to the inside of this. And you can add floral foam and moss if you want to cover it up a little bit more. But as you can see, I just kind of stuck it in there, and I didn't really attach it permanently because I wanted it to be able to be changed out. for other seasons if I wanted to. So I took all these greens that I got at the Dollar Tree and I just started putting them in and layering them in different ways. And I thought it was really fun. Now I went with a bolder yellow, but you could certainly do another color if you wanted to. And then I added this little pom-pom to it and I thought it was perfect. Okay, there you have it. I think it turned out super cute. I'd love to know in the comments what you think. Now we're going to go on to the next one. This one is my favorite. I love it. So I took two wire hanging baskets from the Dollar Tree and we're going to chop them up and we're going to turn them into something super cute. So I took my aviation snips, and by the way, these are linked on the blog in case you want to snag them. They're super awesome. I know that some people use bolt cutters and stuff like that, but I got these at Lowe's, but you can also get them on Amazon. And so I just cut out the ring of one of them and took it off and then straightened up all the wires. Now it did kind of come apart. I had to glue it back. But then we're going to take some floral wire and I'm just going to attach each of the prongs to the top part. And now you can see it looks way better once you cut it, shape it, form it. And then I just took and traced the radius diameter of it over a piece of cardboard. And that's what we're going to use to create like the bottom of our cloche. I think that's how you say it. Cloche. It's a dome. It's a decorative dome. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of white paint because I don't want the brown to show through my napkin. And that napkin's super cute. I think I got it at Home Goods. It's adorable. But you could use scrapbook paper. You don't have to use a napkin. I love to craft with napkins. So it was a no-brainer for me. And I thought it was just perfect for, pretty much any type of decor. It's just got its own little decorative feel to it. So I cut this, but you could certainly sand it off if you want to. And then I did that once more to create a little bit more stability for it. And then I just basically glued those two together. I am going to add like a decorative rope around the edges to this just because I felt like it needed a little something just to kind of cover up the fact that it was cardboard. Now you could use a piece of wood for this if you want to, but you certainly don't have to. This can be a really inexpensive project. And I think that in the end, no one's really going to notice if it was made out of cardboard because we're covering all that up anyways. And then I just took a lid from one of my Dollar Tree mason jars and spray painted it black. Now I used a matte black for this and then I dried it really good. And then I took this finial from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby and I like to spray the wood down just a little bit. Helps kind of the paint to dilute and adhere to it. So I painted the finial black and then I'm using these floral foam balls and I'm painting those black as well. We're actually going to paint the whole bottom of this black. You don't have to, but you can just kind of give it a little bit of a finishing touch. But I just thought it made it look a little bit more high end. So you can certainly use the golf balls if you want to. I didn't have any of those that on hand that I wanted to use. So I just went ahead and got into my stash and used the floral foam. And then I'm just hot gluing the mason jar upside down with the finial. And then I'm putting it into that little opening there. And y'all, I think it turned out really cute. This was my favorite. I told you in the beginning I would tell you which one's my favorite. And this one is it. And here's what it looks like. I didn't have a really good photo of the side of it for you to see it all decorated. So I really wanted to show you this video that I took to let you see the end result. But I hope you love this one. And let's go ahead and get on to the next one. Now this, I feel like could be spring, it could be summer. It depends on the colors that you use. And I just took one of these welcome patriotic flower signs from Dollar Tree and I spray painted it kind of like gunmetal gray color and then I just dried it. And then I took a canvas and I decided I was going to do a reverse canvas on this. I thought about initially doing just like spinning the canvas around and doing it that way, but I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and go in with some of these quart size sticks, glue them to the back, and let's do, something a little bit different. So this one's going to be kind of rustic, but could be farmhousey. I don't know. You can decide how you want to do it. I always leave the creativity up to you. when it comes to finishes and colors and styles. I just give you this idea for you to kind of put your own spin on it. So I did stain the frame and the backboard, and then I am going to go in and kind of dress up my flower. Again, this is where you can come in with your own colors, make it what you want. I layered a few colors. I just thought it would be really fun to kind of like add a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow. And again, if you wanted to do it pink or purple or green, it's totally up to you. You can do what you like. And then I did those little dots in the center because on our letters, we're going to be doing polka dots. Now, I love a washed look, and so that was kind of what I was going for, is something a little bit different to make the letters pop. And as you can see, I just stained the letters bloom yellow, and then we're just making a bow, a simple little bow. I always say it, I struggle with the bows, but you know what? In the end, they look really cute. So now you can see me painting these letters. The edits are a little bit off when it comes to, you know, how we put this video together with making it make sense. So I used my paint pen to put little polka dots on my letters, and then we're just going to glue this board on, and we're going to start assembling this little wall decor piece. And I think it's just really fun. It's a simple, fun way to dress something up and make it more custom. And again, you can certainly make this your own. And I just added a little jute hanger. I thought it would just simple, and this is what we ended up with, and I hope you guys like this one. You can let me know in the comments below. And let's go on to this last one right here, which I am referring to as like just a metal flower, but I'm using an IOD mold, and these are linked again in the blog post that's in the description of this video. I just showed you how I was just filling it in with glue. I wasn't really going to show you that whole process because it's just, you're filling the whole thing in with glue. And I made 2 of those, and I just let them dry while I was doing the rest of this. Well, I let them kind of like cool because it was just hot glue molds. And then I took this Dollar Tree sign, and I thought it was really neat. And I thought, oh gosh, we can use that. And then I took my little hot glue molds that I made and just glued them onto our board. And then we're going to paint them and distress them, so they're going to look great. Now, I always forget to turn off my glue gun. You can see my glue always yellows when I do that, but we're going to paint it, so it's not really going to matter. Now, this one here, I will tell you, you could do like a horizontal or vertical. I chose to go with the horizontal style, and you can see what it looks like when you paint it brown first, and then we're going to distress it. That's why we did the brown first. And then I just took some regular paint, painted it over this, dried it, and we're going to do some distressing in a little bit. Now, I did find this flower at the Dollar Tree, and I just spray painted it black. I really wanted to go with more of like a soft French country, summery kind of feel with these colors on this flower. But again, just like before, you can make this flower your own color palette if you like. But I thought this green was really pretty. And then I just added in a little bit of, you know, this soft kind of peachy color in various places. And then I just touched it up with a little bit of that white to kind of make it pop with a little bit of distressing. I'm not doing a chibi look on this one, but I did want to distress it. So I added a little distressing to the flower. Then I took a wet wipe and I just distressed back the hot glue molds. And then I took a scraper and just kind of like scraped up this board and kind of make it look a little bit distressed, but not quite chippy. So I just think that, you know, it turned out. But I wanted you to see this angle because you could do it up and down or sideways. Either way, I think it turned out really cute. I ended up going sideways with mine, and then I just took some of these beads that I get at Amazon and a little bit of paint and just a smidge of water. And y'all, this is my hack for staining and painting beads. Just put them in a Dollar Tree bowl and swirl them around and dry them in the bowl, and then thread them onto your twine to create your hanger. Now, I love how the beads turned out. I did a mix of like the yellow and the green. I hope you love these projects this week, and I will see you on the next video.